Welcome to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse?
With your host, Louisa Barton.
I want to be a famous rider. I should like to race.
Presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital.
Truth is, I help horses with people problems.
Now here's the Brit on the bit, Louisa Barton.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. Welcome to the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's best alfalfa. We were just talking about hay, actually. Funnily enough, I'm Louisa Barton. In the studio, I have my surprise co-host back, Jody Everton from Chestnuthill Arabians. She's been a very busy lady, and we'll catch up with her stories later on in the show. She's going to tell us a little bit about where she's been and what she's been up to. And then we have a special guest in the studio this week, Lindsey Partridge from Harmony Horsemanship, and we're going to be chatting to Lindsey in a little while about some very neat things like the Thoroughbred Expo that we love. We love seeing our OTTBs go on to be successful. You've got a great story. Laureen said you'd be wonderful to have on the show, so we're very excited.
That's a lot to live up to.
Well, we're excited to hear all about Harmony and also all about your experience at the Expo and your horse and kind of how you've taken this journey to bring your own horse, which is phenomenal. So, but we're going to start off with some news and announcements. Best of America by Horseback is coming to Ocala. That is the #1 trail riding show on television for 15 years on RFD TV, and Del Shields, the host of that, is going to be bringing a group in to ride the trails, have a cowboy ball that Saturday night, and then Friday night there'll also be a kind of around the campfire dinner and sing along. And of course Del is a poet and a singer, so he'll be performing at the Cowboy Ball, and it'll be a lot of fun. You can reach out to me for the tickets for the Cowboy Ball. I can help you out there, Louisa at ocalascep.com, and the telephone number on their flyer and also on their website. You can reach out for the rides to get that all set up. So we hope you'll join us and be on a televised trail ride through the best trails in the country, in my opinion. And a quick shout out before we go on to the Florida Horse Park too, also for hosting them for the Best of America by Horseback. Horsemanship classes starting in 2022 at Chestnuthill Arabians at the Equine Industry Academy of Ocala. We'd love to hear from you if you're interested in a career in horses and you just have never had the opportunity to be around them, to own one, or to ride, or to even take lessons, but you've really been interested in a career and there's so many jobs available, but you want some hands-on knowledge so that you can go in, first of all, safe, and with the knowledge that you need to be successful in your job. And it doesn't get much better than the hands-on experience you'll get at Chestnuthill.
For sure, they'll get a lot of different experiences. Yeah.
Wonderful. So we hope you'll contact us about that. Show jumping is coming back, our boutique horse show, also at the Florida Horse Park. We do so love the Florida Horse Park. You know, we mention it a lot. But this is the Winter Classic, making its third return. Bill Worthington's done an absolutely phenomenal job keeping that show going through COVID with no spectators and everything else, but done an absolutely fabulous job. And that's coming up January 5th to 9th and January 12th to 16th, again at the Florida Horse Park. So that's a great show. This is a wonderful idea for a Christmas present. If you kind of don't know what to get and you've got that crazy horse person in your life that you love, a wonderful gift is, this is organized by the Equine Initiative, presented by Piranha through the chamber here. You can purchase a brick in Ocala in the downtown square and have either your horse's name, your farm's name, a top equestrian's name, anything directly related to the equine industry can be put on that brick, And those are $150 for the life of the sidewalk, which they tell me is approximately 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And you can go downtown and walk down by the new hotel there and visit the brick and kind of tell the story to any friends you have along with you or family. And it's such a wonderful gift. We cannot get the brick done by Christmas, obviously, because we only have like a week and a half left, but we can send you a gift certificate that you can give to the person as a gift. And by January, mid-January or so, we should have those in the sidewalk for you. So that's a great idea for a present. Another wonderful idea for a present, especially for equestrians who do not take care of themselves because they are so busy taking care of their horses, is a visit to Nirvana Medical Spa. There's lots of specials. I actually can't read you all the specials, but you can go to Nirvana online there and have a look on their social media. They have this posted. It tells you all the great specials they have. I'm just going to tell you that they have huge discounts on a number of things. They have $125 off all permanent makeup. They have carbon facials, buy one, get one free. They have a ton of other specials here. They have Juvederm filler, buy 2 syringes and get 2 free microneedling. Great specials on laser hair removal. All those things that a lot of us equestrians don't think about for ourselves because we're so busy worried about clipping the horse, bathing the horse, riding the horse, mucking the horse, cleaning the tack, and sometimes we just we forget to take care of us. So if you would like to get something for that special equestrian, Nirvana Medical Spa is the place to go. This is Jessica Howington right here, and can I just tell you, wow, since I first met her a few months back, and she started getting some new horses in, and she was just really focused. They got a new farm, and a new farm to them, I should say, actually a very historic old farm, but she has just been absolutely kicking butt. And congratulations to her on Cavalier. She won her personal best in the Ocala CDI 3-star Grand Prix special, and that was on Cavalier. So just really excited for her to see her do so well and accomplish so much. And she's newer here to this area, I believe, and we met her, I think, shortly after she bought the farm. And wow, just well done, Jessica, and fantastic stuff. So very excited that TT Distributors has their new location now open on Highway 40, and what a beautiful building. Well done, Dana and the team there. They've done an absolutely phenomenal job. They've always serviced the equine industry with prices that are so fair and reasonable, and such a lot of product available to choose from at such reasonable rates. And they now have what I think is very, very fitting for them to be rewarded with such a beautiful facility and to be carrying so many nice products. And I have not been in. We're going to go in this week and check it out. But my guess is that even these additional products are going to be reasonable prices because TT has always passed that on to their customers. So you must be a fan because you're nodding.
I know. I was looking for somewhere to go and get some more shirts, and I brought my stuff down from Canada. I don't know, and I guess I wasn't thinking that well. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it is so hot down
All
here.
the time.
I
Yes.
need to get more light breeches. I can't really wear any of my stuff from Canada.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
on like a hot summer day, it's in the 70s where I live, and it's already been hitting the 80s and whatnot
Yeah.
while I'm down here, and I'm dying of the heat.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I would
It's
rather
been
have
toasty.
80s than minus 40 any day.
Yes,
So I
yes.
won't complain.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been
what my friend
toasty.
said when I moved down here. Get rid of your 3-button polos. You
Yeah.
are not going to be wearing those anymore.
No.
That's really, really funny stuff. And the TT Distributors, they're great. They're great farrier supply. They're great. They're wonderful for all the basic needs and fly sprays and everything you pretty much need, ointments and medicines and poultices and you name it, they've got it, halters and everything. But their new store is just a beautiful facility, and I'm just so happy for Dana because I can't think of a guy who works harder or does more to
that's
kind
good.
of
Good for
pass on
him.
those reasonable prices and not those terrible markups you see at some places, and really amazing. Can't wait to go and see it all. We're going to stop by there and check it out on Thursday. So another mention that I wanted to make in this last minute is the situation in Kentucky after the tornado. And I just wanted to say, I know a lot of the organizations are reaching out in Kentucky, thoroughbred associations and whatnot, to help those folks and their animals. But I just wanted to say from all of us here at the Horse Talk Show that our entire team's prayers and thoughts are with you. And if there's anything we can do to help, we're going to share as many of the fundraisers and things as we can and help to contribute. So we'll be right back with Dr. Adam Cayot to talk about Christmas decorations in the barn in just a few minutes. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
This show is brought to you in part by DAC Vitamins and Minerals of Florida. All horses need a solid immune system, excellent joint support, a healthy gut, and DAC has all the vitamins and minerals they need with the NASC stamp of approval. So like them on Facebook now or go to feeddac.com. DAC, it makes a world of difference.
With over 70 years of collective experience in the horse industry, Lip Chip was built with integrity by horsemen for horsemen. Introducing the Chip Link system, powered by Lip Chip, where a 15-digit unique ID becomes a key to unlock not only identity, but also health paperwork, owner information, and even photos of each horse. So simple, even a child can do it. The future is here. The future is Lip Chip.
Enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with state-of-the-art equipment. ETI treadmills offer the finest European engineering, the highest quality filtration, and no chemicals are required. Follow Equine Therapy International on social media or at equinetherapyint.com. Equine Therapy International provides technologically advanced therapy for horses worldwide.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show. My finger.
You might need a vet. Back on the second segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio, have my co-host back from Chestnuthill Arabians, Jody Everton, and Lindsey Partridge is here, going to chat to us a bit about Harmony Horsemanship shortly and about the OTTB Transformation Expo that just happened at the Florida Horse Park. But first of all, we're going to talk about decorating your barn with these. No, just kidding, but you can if you want. I have a really cute Horse Talk Show Christmas tree ornament, Dr. Cayot, that you can't see. But yeah, it's very nice. Don't worry, I'm going to make sure you get one.
Of course.
You were first on my list. So some of the concerns, obviously, are poisonous things that horses can eat that may be lurking near the stall. People may innocently think, oh, I can hang some mistletoe above my horse's stall and it'll be fine. Dr. Cayot, what kind of concerns do we have about decorating the barn with some tinsel that might cause maybe an impaction if it's eaten?
There's all kinds of possible hurdles to dodge with the holiday adornment. As far as obviously there are some plants that can be toxic to horses. Poinsettias typically they're very, very toxic to your small animals, dogs and cats. They're just mildly toxic, so they would have to eat the whole barn aisle's worth of poinsettias probably to have a problem. But they're still toxic, so you want to try to keep that to a minimum and out of mouth's reach. The other thing that can be is like evergreen, like wreaths and stuff like that. The sap and stuff that are in those, they can be very irritating to the mouth and cause some issues there. And then you have just foreign bodies, tinsel and ribbons and stockings and all these things that if they get bored, they can chew on and certainly can cause an impaction and it'd be a real expensive Christmas for you.
Yes, a very expensive Christmas. It makes me picture like the stocking hanging on the stall door with the apple and carrot in the bottom of it, and the horses reaching over trying to grab the stocking and to get the apple and carrot, and gets a bit more than perhaps he bargained for. So yes,
absolutely.
And of course, the other thing you mentioned, sap. Good point. Sap also can fall into eyes, manes, tails, coat, and stick. When you're thinking about things like spruce and fir that might have sap dripping off them, it's not just them eating it. There's also a number of other things that could happen there as well.
Exactly. You just got to be really careful. And the other thing that you think about are stringing those beautiful Christmas lights, right? Oh, those are fun to chew on and get electrocuted. But
if your horse does eat a fake Christmas tree, I know a few grabby geldings. Is there anything you should do afterwards? The damage is done.
Yeah,
they've already taken
the damage is done, right?
But not on Christmas Day.
Well, if need be, you know how it goes. But obviously, you probably should call your veterinarian, and they should probably at least try to put some oil in there to help lubricate things and move things along as best they can, and then keep your fingers crossed and hope that continues to go, and maybe if you're lucky you can inspect piles later and look for pieces of the tree. Which is always fun.
Out the other end, Now, mistletoe, you definitely should avoid as far as gastro disorders and potential cardiovascular issues and even just erratic behavior. It's good for kissing under. If you're going to kiss your horse under it, then I would say hold it as far away as you can or high up, give him a kiss, get that photo or selfie.
Yeah, that's right.
Be done with it, right?
Diarrhea and bad stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Mistletoe is just a problem anyway, right? So.
Right. Yeah. I regularly remove it from my field. I wish I could tell where it was coming from.
Yeah,
that's not a good one either. So,
No.
then holly can be mildly toxic as well. So.
Holly, and we have those as bushes around here in Florida. So, as decorative landscaping. So those are common all year round. So you got to be careful with all those things like that. And a lot of those decorative landscape plants are. Don't put them around your house, not your barn, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And actually, holly is, and most of us that have horses have dogs and cats, and holly is one. If you have a dog that tends to like to chew on that sort of thing, that is toxic to them as well. So as pretty as holly is, it's probably better if you don't have it. If you have four-legged, yes.
It's bad. Yeah, there's a lot of obstacles you got to be aware of when you're. When you got furry friends. So.
Yes, and one I hadn't thought of, but Gigi sent me some good tips, my show director, and she mentioned, a Christmas tree, if it's not watered regularly, actually you need to reduce the risk of any combustion. So you actually need to keep that tree well watered, because they can, there can be some problems there as well. And then, of course, extension cords, folks.
Extension cords, any hanging electrical things that, they can grab is always something to be careful of, for sure.
Yeah, and making sure you have a good extension cord, not a faulty one, and not overloading your circuits. And consider LED lights, which are cooler if you're leaving them on for very long periods. The LED lights seem to be like a lot safer. And then also just think about not tripping over extension cords as well, getting tangled up in them, having them running through the barn. Sometimes Christmas we get a new barn. Christmas can be very dangerous. Yes.
Please.
Yes. And it's funny, but people always say to me, with horses, they find things that you don't even think they could find.
Absolutely.
They're not like cows. It's like they're looking for trouble,
They're looking for ways
Especially
to
geldings,
injure themselves. That's what they go through life.
They're very naughty.
Yeah, okay, geldings are apparently much naughtier.
I don't know. That's what I find.
Well, that makes sense. Men, women. Yeah, curious. There you go.
Stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So definitely a lot of common sense. But, if you're just built a new barn or just bought a new farm and you're super excited about getting it all decorated up for Christmas, we're like all for that festive spirit. Just have to take care with things that you don't think that a horse could reach.
Yes, because they can always reach it.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
They can always reach it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Go at it with that mentality and you'll be much safer.
That's right. And then, of course, if the horse does get into something, calling the vet, calling Dr. Cayot out there, of course, is very important as well. Dr. Cayot, what are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, just hanging around the house. Danielle's family's coming over, cooking the ham. My folks are down from Ohio, so we'll just have a grand old time.
Lots of presents
and joy.
And joy. How wonderful.
Absolutely.
Well, Dr. Cayot, thank you for joining us. At the end of the month, the show on the 28th, we are having a call-in funny show live, taking the risk, throwing it out there. In case you decide you just feel like calling in on the 28th.
So, Mrs. Cayot, we know you're listening because you're an avid listener. Call in with some funny Dr. Cayot stories.
That's right.
We'd love to hear from you.
Dr. Adam Cayot from Peterson and Smith, 352-237-6151. Thank you. We'll talk to you very soon. Merry Christmas. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care, and Larson Hay, our broadcast and television sponsor, plus supporting sponsors, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, Seminole Feed Stores, Piranha, TT Distributors, and the Hilton Garden Inn, downtown Louisville. Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care seeks to be a leading international veterinary practice that provides state-of-the-art veterinary care to their patients while fostering professional relationships with their clients that stand the test of time. For 24/7 and the best in equine care, check out Peterson and Smith at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now for more information.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
Horses. Piranha! Oh no! Oh, the humanity! Oh, piranha.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the third segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson and Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio with my returning co-host Jody Everton. I thought I upset her from Chestnuthill Arabians.
No.
She's just been a busy girl.
I love my Louisa.
Oh, I love you
Come
too.
on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have a special guest, Lindsey Partridge from Harmony Horsemanship. Lindsey, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for
I
having
feel
me.
I've already got to know you in the last little bit. We've had some good laughs and chatting. Let's start off. I want to talk a little bit about the Transformation Expo for the OTTBs because I love it, and they do 7 sports, and I love seeing the OTTBs go on and have success. And I think it's such a phenomenal event. In the 5th year that Laureen Lockhart's pulled that all together, and it's wonderful. So we're going to talk about that. But let's start off talking a little bit about you and your background and how long you've been around horses, and then tell us a little bit about Harmony Horsemanship, and it's in Altoona, is that right?
Harmony Horsemanship?
Yes.
Ontario is where I'm from.
Oh, that's where you're originally from, but here you're...
I'm in the Villages while I'm here. So just with my parents. So, but yeah, I started riding when I was, I think, 7 or 8 years old. My sister dragged me to horseback riding camp.
Oh, that's a great way to start, isn't it? Nothing better than a good camp.
That's right.
My parents had no idea what they were getting in for. And I just fell in love. And my parents got me my first horse when I was 13 years old. And probably the best thing they ever did, because it kept me out of trouble through high school, gave me a goal, and I was so focused, and they had no idea what I was going to be up to. And one thing kind of led to another, and got my own farm in Ontario, Canada. And I think I had kind of a midlife crisis when I was hitting my 30s. I was like, I have to do something for me. So I did my first thoroughbred makeover in Kentucky in 2015 and came down and won America's Most Wanted Thoroughbred with my horse Soar, and won the trail class and freestyle, and went back in 2016, won trail and freestyle again with Trivia Time. And
is this you jumping bridleless?
That's me bridleless with my horse Lissy,
All
or
right.
Thunderous Fair. So she won the 2021, the Mega Makeover 2020 class for the Thoroughbred Makeover in Kentucky. Wow. And so I've done, and then since then I've done some Mustang makeovers. So I'm a multiple-time champion for the training challenges for Mustangs and for Thoroughbreds, and I just love it. I find it so much fun. But I'm all about trying to use kind of a mixture of pressure and release with positive reinforcement. And for me, it's all about doing more with less. So some people that kind of inspired me were Emma Massingale and Elsa Sinclair. So for those of you guys that don't know, Elsa Sinclair did a Taming Wild project where she took a Mustang and she had an entire year and trained the Mustang to ride, usually using absolutely nothing. Or Emma Massingale, she did an island project where she took these horses with her, 2 trained ones and 2 untrained ones, to an 80-acre island. Like, can you imagine an 80-acre island? No arena, no fences, no nothing, no halters, no ropes. She had a little dressage whip to help give her some cues, and trained her horses to ride. And I thought, like, that is the coolest thing. I want to be able to do that, but apply it to the competition world and show people that you can kind of do more with less.
That's so cool. I had no idea you did the Mustang makeovers. I have a Mustang that I adopted on his 3rd strike last year for $25 from the Bureau of Land Management.
Wow.
And, they give you all these great instructions of what you're supposed to do and not do. And he colicked on the first night.
Oh no!
So everything went out the window, and we were down to Banamine and chasing him with the flag to make sure he didn't roll until he twisted a gut or ruptured or something. And by the next morning, we were best friends.
Oh.
And we've been best friends ever since. And he's been to the beach and been in the sea.
Nice.
He's been to the obstacle course down in Beverly Hills. He's now under saddle and riding. And he was at the
parade?
Yes, he was at Demerrick's the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, good.
And Marco had his little boy bareback on him.
Pictures. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, he's the coolest horse. So I'm a total fan of the Mustangs.
I love them. For whatever reason, Mustangs are really easy to train to sit. Like, it's the one trick that they can do better than the thoroughbreds, and I have no idea why, but for whatever reason, a Mustang, if you want to teach your horse how to sit, get a Mustang.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You're right. Sit, lie down, all those things. They're like
so good at it.
Oh, and they love to please.
Yes.
They really do. They want to be loved, you know, and you can tell Flynn wants to be loved, you know, and he, like I said, he was on his third strike, so he wasn't going to get a chance again to be adopted, and so I'm glad I got him, and he's just turned out to be just the coolest horse.
That's so cool.
So yeah, I do love the Mustangs. So I have a big, I had no idea you had done those as well. That's so cool.
I brought Lissy down for the Thoroughbred Expo, but I also brought my little Mustang Elon, and so we're going to the beach tomorrow, and so I really want to get a video of him sitting on the beach. I want to try to put like a little hat on him, put some sunglasses. I don't know. We're gonna have fun.
What beach are you going to?
We're going to go to St. Augustine.
Oh, are you going to go to Butler?
I think so. I had to.
Butler Beach is the one that's open now from October to April that you can ride on, as long as you have the pass. You just have to have the pass. But as long as you have that, you can ride, and it's nice.
Oh yeah,
I'm green with envy right now.
It's so, I'm excited. I don't know what he's going to think about moving water, but we practiced at the Florida Horse Park going through the water that they have there on the cross-country course. So I'm hoping that means he'll be set up for success.
He'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. So. And actually, Flynn, it's crazy. Haley took Flynn in up to his withers, and there were waves just crashing over him. He just stood there like...
Yeah, whatever.
You know, whatever.
Once they know it's not going to hurt them, then they're usually pretty good.
I think the weirdest thing for horses to get used to on the beach, in my opinion, is the way that when you're riding, the ground feels like it's slipping out away from underneath you as the sand moves. And my older horse, Sonny, who I used to ride on the beach a lot, that was the first thing I could tell that he was like...
Yeah. Even the visual effect, like it's very dizzying, even when you're riding up top and the water's going like that. You think, oh, it looks so cool to gallop on the beach. But I'm like, don't look down, because you feel like you're going to fall off.
It's so true. As long as you don't look down, if you look ahead, you're fine. But when you look down, it looks like it's like this, and you're kind of going, oh, that's weird. Imagine how the horse feels, because he's like standing on it, and it's, you know, it's moving. But wow, I can't wait to see those pictures.
And he's from Nevada, so he's never seen anything like
that
before.
Which herd is he from?
He's
he's not
from
Triple
Silver
B,
King.
is he?
No, Silver King, I think it's called.
Oh my gosh, okay, because Flynn is Nevada too, but he's Triple B.
There's a bunch of them from Nevada, and he's a 3-strike horse, so any Canadian that's choosing a Mustang, you have to get an SA horse, so you have to get one that's had their 3 strikes already. It's the only way we can get one. So I always get like the little Mustangs, like the little plain Mustangs. So he's my little plain chestnut with a Roman nose nobody wanted, you know?
I have a chestnut with a Roman nose that no one wanted. Have you ever DNA'd him?
No. Well, I only got him in. I got him in June.
Okay.
And I had my baby in July. So then we started to train really fast, and we went to the Maryland Mustang Challenge in September, and he won that. And then he went to Texas for Worlds for the EXCA race and ran and did the course for that in November. And then now he's here in Florida. I
wonder if I can just take the day off work tomorrow and come to
the
beach with you.
Yeah, that's Elon.
Oh my gosh! In the break, I'm going to get a picture of Flynn for you and go, here you go, here's Flynn. You're going to go, I think they might be related.
That's my friend Rita riding Elon, and that's me with Lissy on our way down. So we just did that. That would have been Virginia.
You should do that. I sent it into Texas A&M to see what he was.
Oh yeah.
And he's Cirillo and Garacello.
Oh, cool.
So all Spanish.
Yeah, that's he must be too, because he's very kind of got that rounded top line, and it's lovely. His lope, his first ever lope, I posted the video on my Facebook, and it's just like so slow and comfortable. I was like, oh, this is lovely. Like I could ride this all day.
That makes me think he's definitely got like some Spanish, especially with the Roman nose, and when the gait is very comfortable like that, it makes you think they are, because they tend to have that very smooth, that smooth movement. How cool. I wonder if our horses are related.
That'd be so cool.
They could easily be. And I was going by there just to say hi to the people, because I'd interviewed them on the show about them coming. And I wasn't on my way to adopt a horse.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. And
did you have a trailer with you, or did you have
no? But somebody conveniently showed up and said, "I'll take care of you."
Of course.
And he nuzzled my hand, and he had a moustache, and I said,
"Oh, mine has a mustache." And
What
he's got
is
the little
happening
wispies. Aww.
This is
It's
weird.
so cute. I taught him to smile, so his little mustache curls up.
It's
and
so funny.
it's so
We'll be
cute.
back in just a minute on the second half of the Horse Talk Show. Stay with us. I'll show you, Glenn.
Equestrians, it's time to take care of yourself as well as you do your horse. So get down to Pulse Center of Ocala. The PEMF wave is safe, and it's a therapy that charges your cells and allows them to function at their fullest capacity, so you heal much faster. Check them out at pulsecenterfl.com now and tell them you heard about it on the Horse Talk Show for a free demo. World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies with post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs. EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show.
You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this.
With your host, Louisa Barton.
What does it feel like to be in love with a horse?
Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
Back in the saddle again.
Now, here's your pretty Louisa Barton.
You're fab. You're switched on. You're a bit of all right. Yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton with my co-host from Chestnuthill Arabians, Jody Everton, is back in the studio with us. It's been fun so far.
It always is.
And we also have a special guest, Lindsey Partridge here from Harmony Horsemanship from Canada. Slightly different weather here for you in Florida.
I'm not going to complain.
No?
It's not -20, so I'm happy.
Anything that's not -20, right? Ooh,
Yeah, no thank you.
And we actually got a little off track because we have in common a chestnut, Spanish-looking, Roman-nosed, moustached Mustang from Nevada. Can you believe it? That's a pretty cool thing to have in common. I'm sure they must be related. It would be very interesting to see if yours is...
a follow-up segment to be continued.
To be continued, that's right. We are going to jump over to talk a little bit about the Thoroughbred Expo, the Transformation Expo that happened this past weekend at the Florida Horse Park, and have Lindsey tell us a little bit about that experience. And I know you've been a judge, right? Mm-hmm. And you've competed before. Is this your first one down here in Florida, or you've done this one before?
No, so it's my first time competing in Florida. I've done the Kentucky one since 2015, and I came down and I judged back in 2018, and wow, has it grown just from that time. I judged the freestyle back then. So many more horses this time, and it's such a well-organized event, and I love it because there's all these different disciplines. So you have your show jumpers, you have your hunters, you have dressage, you have the eventing portion, you have polo, you have freestyle, you have ranch. So you can choose whatever you want to compete your thoroughbred in, and you can choose 2 disciplines. And it's neat because each discipline has its own spot. And what's really cool about it here at the Florida Horse Park is that everything's kind of close together, so you can go and watch all of these different disciplines going on. Mm-hmm. And I thought it went really, really smoothly. The pictures there, this is my freestyle with Lissy. So we did bareback and bridleless. We did some bridleless driving too with my little cart that I have. And so that's Lissy doing some stuff there. We brought down some of our obstacles. So freestyle basically is 5 minutes in the ring to do whatever you want to do.
How fun.
And yeah, it's so much fun. And for us, we did kind of a modified version of our routine that we did in Kentucky, because in Kentucky we had a big 50-foot by 50-foot tarp, but you need 4 people to manage it, and I just didn't have the people down here to do the same kind of thing. So we did a smaller tarp, and we did a few other things, and I thought, oh, it'd be fun to try to do a little bit more driving with my little cart bridleless. And some of our organization kind of backfired a little bit. We ended up with second place. My horse was really good, though. She did everything.
Oh, how terrible. Second.
And she has this funny cue that I taught her. Most people wouldn't teach their horse this, but she knows to both rear and buck on cue. So when I was driving her with the cart, I accidentally cued her to buck. So she bucked while driving, and I think people probably thought, oh, she's being a naughty horse. I'm like, no, I taught her to do that on purpose. It's kind of an
That's
easy...
what I'm going to say next time my horse bucks. I'm going to be like, nope, I taught him to do that.
I taught her to do that. I see some of our sponsors back there, Seminole Feed and Piranha. Well done on the filming. Yeah. Look at you. This is fantastic.
So this is my little, she's 4 years old. She'll be 5 next year. And she's been a pretty special horse. We kind of called her the dragon because she can be amazing, as you can see, going around bridleless and doing whatever. But she can also be very opinionated. She has her moments. And if she gets overwhelmed, she is not afraid to tell you that she's overwhelmed. So I have to be very aware of her emotional readiness and what she's doing. I think in this little part here, we go for a little trot first. I asked her to canter, and she was saying, I'm not ready to canter yet, Mom. So I had to just kind of sit there at the trot for a second, and then when she was ready, I asked her to canter, and she was good and went off. So a big part of freestyle is knowing your horse.
I was going to say, knowing your horse is so important,
so
right?
important. That's my husband getting wrapped up in the tarp. He's being a really awesome,
a good sport.
Husband. My little horse there doing her different moves. And really you get to show anything that you want to for your freestyle. So it's 5 minutes to show off your best skills. And she was a little bit looking around. It's kind of an interesting ring to compete in because you're in a covered ring, but yet your horse can still see everything that's off in the distance. And
it can be distracting.
It can be very distracting. And there are some compulsory moves, like you have to show a halt and you have to show a backup. Mm-hmm. And depending on how you do that, you can score different levels of difficulty. Mm-hmm. So she actually got first place in the preliminary round. So the way it works is you compete. There's her little rear cue. Good girl. And so you do your prelim round, and then the top 6 horses, I believe it is, go into the finals. And she was going to do her little, she's like, what do you want me to do? She's so good. She's always kind of aware of what is it that you want me to do.
I think you said how old she is. How old is she?
She's 4.
4.
Right
Gosh,
now,
she's so young and so good.
My little cart here. Yeah, and it was kind of crazy because she was supposed to be for the 2020 Thoroughbred Makeover in Kentucky, and we were ready for that, kind of, because of COVID. Everything was pretty much canceled for practicing, but she was ready in terms of her tricks that she knew and stuff like that, but everything was canceled, so we stayed home, and then I got pregnant. And
that's what happens when you stay home.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people got pregnant during COVID.
Some COVID babies. And so I had my baby in July, so I didn't ride her from fall of 2020 until July. I had my baby July 18th, so I didn't start riding again until August. So I literally just had 2 months or so to get her riding and going before the makeover.
Gosh.
And then, so this was my fun thing, because I'd been doing, no riding. I just came up with this weird idea of, let's drive my horse bridleless.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
But because once we kind of packed the trailer up, I didn't have an opportunity to practice. I'm like, come on, Lissy, let's go. So I just thought it's just, hilarious and something different to kind of show.
That is so fun.
And you get to do that in your freestyle. You can do whatever you want to do. And
that's great. I bet you see a lot of
so
original.
You need something with bigger tires. This horse is struggling.
I know. She's like, Mom, you need to lose some of that baby weight. So we showed a little bit of everything. She knows so many little tricks and stuff. It's hard to pack in everything you want to in the 5 minutes, but It's so much fun. I love it. I love the freestyles. It's always my favorite one to watch. There was one really cool one this year. They did a Santa Claus Grinch theme, and they had one of their friends dress up as a Grinch and
That's cute.
appear under a tarp, and they had a whole, like a little story that they told. It was so much fun.
That's really neat. So how great to showcase like all the different things that your horse can do in a 5-minute period of time, and really how that to me shows a horse that clearly respects you and loves you and wants to do the right thing
For sure.
and looks like really enjoying herself. So
All the time, most of the time.
most of the time. Well, they are horses.
Yeah.
So you know there are those moments. But how wonderful is that? And you did all of that and had a baby too.
Yeah.
And you have a 2-year-old as well.
I have a 2-year-old, yeah. So I have to do a big shout out to my family and my friends. And I had one of our Harmony Horsemanship instructors, Rita, she came down with me to Florida and she helped. Rita's amazing because she helps both with the kids and with the horses. So she's very knowledgeable that way. And
2-legged and 4-legged, no challenge, too large for Rita. Thank you, Rita. Well done. That's amazing that you accomplished all that and had a baby in the middle of it. And that horse is amazing. What a great experience.
I don't know if it's determined or crazy or maybe a little mixture of both. Yeah.
Combo, got to be a little bit crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I already have my thoroughbred for next year. I just started, so I'm doing an OTTB Liberty Restart. So that's where, because I'm all about doing more with less. So I'm literally using not even a round pen, no halter, no rope, no neck rope, nothing. And I'm retraining him to ride in the big open sand ring with literally nothing. So, yeah.
How amazing.
All body language and super fun.
That's incredible. Well done. Lindsey, I hope you'll stay with us for the rest of the show. We got a little bit of a fill-in there on the Transformation Expo for the thoroughbreds, and we sure do love that. 7 different disciplines for these incredible horses, showing really their versatility in any sport, even post the racetrack. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and our broadcast and television sponsor, Larson Hay. And also to our supporting sponsors, Equisafe, Nirvana Medical Spa, Showcase Properties of Central Florida, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and Summit Joint Performance.
This hour of the Horse Talk Show is presented by Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, where the entire team is committed to making your experience in sales and service hassle-free and easier than ever with no games or gimmicks. Come in and visit on Southwest College Road or online at palmchevrolet.com. A second-to-none experience with all the amenities. Palm Chevy, find new roads.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience. Thank you to Larson Farms, our broadcast sponsor, Idaho's finest alfalfa. I'm Louisa Barton in the studio with my co-host from Chestnuthill Arabians, Jody Everton. And we've been chatting to Lindsey Partridge from Harmony Horsemanship about horsemanship and OTTBs and the Transformation Expo and Mustangs and... Gosh, this girl, we could have her on again a few more times. You don't have to go back to Canada anytime soon, do you?
Unfortunately.
She's coming back in January then. We're going to go for a ride on the beach with our matching Mustang pair.
Yes.
Which sounds like a lot of fun. But we have a piranha question for you for this segment. And you can certainly comment below or message us if you'd like. Or at the end of the month, you can call in. How do you know if your horse is happy? Those 3 look happy, don't they? Look at that. So, funny story I'll start with before we talk about how you know if your horse is happy. The other night, I couldn't resist bringing my mini that I got from Tammy Bobo in the house, and he is like teeny weeny, like size of a dog, gorgeous. His name's Montego Bay. We call him Monty or Mr. Monty or Your Royal Highness or whatever. He's so incredibly cute, and we've brought him downtown, and visited with all the little kids with him and everything. He just wants to be held and cuddled.
Aww.
And he's so cute. So we put the Santa hat and the lights on him and put him by the tree.
Do we have a photo of this?
And unlike the dogs who tried to barge the tree over, get under it, and unlike the cat who tries to eat it and everything on it, he just stood there and posed like he had done it 100 times.
Got to be kidding. What
There is Montego Bay, and he is just a he is absolutely priceless and so sweet and so cute. And then he just went walking around the house like he owned it or something.
Oh my gosh.
No, we have to know though, were there any accidents? Because that's what I want to know.
No, actually, he did lift his tail up. And I said, oh, here we go. But then I remembered that they're only like this. They're like really tiny. So yeah, we just got him like maybe, 2 weeks ago?
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Little fella.
And from a real good friend of mine who's just real busy, and she just didn't have time to give him any attention, and she just wanted him to go somewhere where he would get love. So he's getting love. Yes, I sent her this. This is him walking around in my very messy room, which, by the way, is a mess. But he was like, yeah, just checking things out. Can I get up in the bed? Can I?
Is that for me?
Yeah, he is.
He's like, you put this up too high.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Where's my ramp?
Listen, if I had room with all the dogs, I'd squeeze him in. But, I just, don't look at my messy room. But isn't he just like, oh, what's in here? Let me go and check things out. Yeah, he is the cutest, funniest. He loved being downtown with all the kids. He's just such a great... so yeah, there's a happy Minnie.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's found his right place, hasn't he?
He's very, very happy. He's loving life, yeah, and he sleeps at night in the donkey shelter that we built, in the back corner of the donkey shelter, and the donkey sleeps right outside guarding him all night.
Oh, that is so cute.
Every night she guards him. She's like, I got to be the guard. He's littler than me, and I got to guard him.
And everybody's getting along well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Nice. So things and ways you can tell if your horse is happy. Jody? Not running away from you in the field?
I had that experience today. One was very happy to not come to me. But they'll kind of nuzzle me. One of the mares in particular she'll talk to me a little bit. She does a little like a little...
I love that noise.
It's just like a little...
I love that.
It's a very
quiet do a competition on who does it best.
Yeah, it's just a very quiet, kind of gentle little noise she makes. Or, I don't know, I think you kind of feel like when you rub their face and they relax their eyes and want to drop their heads like to your touch, I feel like they're showing you some affection back.
Yes. Follow you around the field. Flynn follows me around the field. If I'm in the field, it doesn't even matter if he's with his herd. He's
on you.
I'm here.
Yeah,
that's my Mustang. I'm here.
Yeah.
Here I am.
You are
here
his
I
herd.
am. Do you see me? Do you see me? I love that. Like I can't do anything in the field without Flynn.
Yeah. Right on top of you.
Hey, I'm here. Say hi to me, and I think that's a sign that they like you.
For sure.
There's an option. You could always not
for
come.
sure.
You could
or just or totally ignore you. Your presence in there.
Yeah, and it's not just feeding time. It's all the time.
Yeah.
And plus I think he knows I rescued him.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he just wants to interact with you all the time, which is a good sign. I think
he does.
I think that's a sign of love from your horse.
Yeah,
that they're interested in you.
And I think it's a compliment if you have a dirty horse, because if you have a dirty horse, it means that they're comfortable enough to lay down and sleep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And enjoy their bed. And if they're not laying down, it's not good for their health, but it's just a sign that they're relaxed enough to do that. And if they can stay down when you walk up to them in the field, that's, I think, even more of a compliment. They don't feel threatened by you coming over.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true. They don't jump up.
Position. Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
What about facial expressions and lips and things like that?
Well, like, for example, today I went to catch a horse in the field today who did not want to be caught. And she was looking right at me, dropping her, not flat back, but dropping her ears to the side and like trotting a circle around me and looking at me.
Driving you.
Yeah. I thought, wow. And what really annoyed her is when I went and stood in the spot she wanted to be in.
Yes.
Then she was really fired up. But it did not make her want to come interact with me. It took Stephanie coming out there with a bucket of feet.
Oh, goodness.
Stephanie caught her. She's much quicker than I am, though.
So what about ears and tail? Well, now you work a lot with Arabians, so you
let's
have
talk
tails
about
up.
happy ears and tail.
Yes.
Yeah, ears up. Sometimes I think they wag their tails a little bit. Do
Just
they
soft.
have a wag
Just
tail? Yeah, soft tail.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, because tight to their butt would mean like I'm scared. And if it's like swishing, then they're irritated.
Yes.
But soft tail. And then ears, like, just kind of soft. Like they might pay attention to things, but pricked ears, like everybody wants a horse with pricked ears for their photos, but that's a horse not paying attention to you.
Correct.
That's true.
We're
all
waving
waving
things. But they're not listening.
Yeah, we're waving things to get those perfect forward ears.
That's
But
so
really,
true.
when you're riding and you see their ears, you
want to check it.
Yes, because then they're paying attention. And then if you're a donkey, you can turn your ear the whole way around and like flip it. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that until the other day. I recently got the donkey and the miniature horse.
Oh.
These are like my fun toys.
That's exciting.
That I just like to have and
Some
cuddle.
people get a convertible. Not Louisa.
No, I have a mini donkey and a mini horse, and so that's my fun stuff. But yes, you're right. Ears attentive is, the perfect photo, of course, is forward. Yeah. But yeah, looking relaxed, being relaxed,
blinking, like able to blink.
Yeah,
chewing.
Yeah.
Soft
nose.
jaw.
Yeah, relaxed lips, chewing, definitely. And mutual grooming is one that I looked up today. Mutual grooming when they're grooming each other. Yeah. Oh, and I love being groomed by them. So, like, feel free. If you guys want to practice, I'm in the middle. But that mutual grooming, when you see them, they just seem like herd relaxed. With one another in the field and
laying down together or kind of close together.
Yeah, not far from one another like that. They're comfortable with each other. They don't feel at any risk of because horses obviously are a prey animal. So in the wild. And especially I find the Mustangs have a lot more instinctical, seems like a lot more instinctical type of stuff than the horses that have been maybe domesticated for longer. So when you see them, comfortable with other horses that they're not as familiar with. When I took Flynn over to the Demericks, we put him in the field with the 2 pony horses that were in there that they used to take horse to the track, both lovely horses. And actually these are horses that the Demericks ride in Montana in the mountains and take, riding with them. He fell right in there with them, immediately, comfortable, just, hey, new friends,
He's got to have a certain level of confidence to kind of go into those situations, though,
Does. Listen.
Yeah, that's impressive.
He knows he's cool.
He knows he's cool.
We got to
go. Level of esteem.
That's right. We got to go to break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. Nirvana, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best, but we've all seen people with the telltale signs of too much work. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Palm Chevrolet, and our broadcast and television sponsor, Larson Hay, and also to our supporting sponsors, Equisafe, Nirvana Medical Spa, Showcase Properties of Central Florida, the Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and Summit Joint Performance. World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Center Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs, EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Center now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com.
This show was brought to you in part by TT Distributors, dedicated to bringing their customers the largest selection of quality horse supplements, products, and farrier supplies in Florida at affordable prices. Also online at ttdistributors.com.
Hi, I'm Alan Davies with Equine Therapy International. Today we're at Engineered Equine Performance, celebrating the new saltwater chilled treadmill. This particular chilled equine saltwater treadmill is a game changer. As you can see, the finest materials are used. The filtration system, coarse, fine filtration, no chemicals. We use UV, ozone, combination of filtration to keep the highest water chemistry standards. Being a saltwater unit, only the finest stainless steel and materials are used. That's important when it comes to longevity and cost of service over the life of the unit. This unit also has integrated massage jets with fine bubbles and coarse air bubbles for the therapy. The control system on this is Siemens industrial grade, top of the line technology, straight from Germany, but also serviceable here in the US.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
That was Alan Davies. I hope he's watching. What a great commercial that is, and what a great treadmill that is from Equine Therapy International. Been around the globe for 15 years. Very well placed in England. The first one here is in Aiken, South Carolina. I got to see it. It's brilliant. Alan Davies is the guy to talk about when it comes to water. He's the waterman. I'm Louisa Barton. We're on the final segment of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet. In the studio with me from Chestnuthill Arabians, my co-host Jody Everton. And also, we've had the pleasure of chatting to Lindsey Partridge from Harmony Horsemanship, and we've learned a lot about her Mustangs and thoroughbreds, and some pretty cool stories. But now we're going to catch up with Jody and what is up with Chestnut Hill.
So it's been a busy couple of weeks. We had the Thanksgiving Horse Show over at WEC. When I was a kid, I used to beg my parents to come to the Thanksgiving show, and I was never able to come. So my mom was funny. She was like, well, here you are. You're 48, and you finally got to go to the horse show. So these are some of the competitors that we had there. That's Lorraine showing for her very first time. Look at all those ribbons she won.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, she showed in the Academy division, which is for riding lesson students showing lesson horses specifically. Look.
Oh, wonderful.
This horse is, my sweet Nala is that horse, and that was her very first horse show.
Serious?
Wow. Yes, and that mare was a rack of bones in April when we got her. Yeah, just look at her, how pretty she is. So she was just wonderful. This I just thought was hysterical. We have this beautiful sitting area, and this is the whole crew sitting on the floor. So what are you guys doing? We have all these seats over here. I don't know. It's
enjoying the
closer
concrete.
to where the horses were, I
Yes.
guess. Yeah, so I just thought that was cute. Okay, this is our little lead liner, Lacey.
Oh.
She's only 7. This was her very first horse show.
Aww.
Yeah, so she'll be walk trotting there next year, but she did lead line with her grandmother there, which is very cute.
Oh, that's so special.
How old is she?
I know. She just turned 7.
7.
But she's just a little tiny flea.
Is it too early as a 2-year-old to bring a horse?
That might be a little early. I might wait 5 more minutes, but look at all the ribbons this mare won. How cute. Speaking of perked up ears and a pretty photo.
Yeah, I know. Someone was doing this.
Yeah, for sure. Because when her ears are to the side, she looks like a donkey. So, yeah, but that's
not that there's anything wrong with looking like a donkey.
Correct. And then this is our buddy Mike, who's worked at the farm for several years. His wife is finally learning to ride, so she's coming over on Thursday. So I sent that in because everybody's getting in on the act. So yeah, so we came home from the horse show over Thanksgiving weekend, and then it's just been a lot of riding lessons. And Joe went to judges school, so we're waiting to hear how he did there. I'm sure he did great. This is again at the horse show. They did a really cool weanling class, a big jackpot class. So people bring all their weanlings, and Florida, has a lot of breeding farms. So these are 2 fillies that Joe showed. Joe showed, I think, a total of 6 weanlings, and he had to run them all in, and then had other people hold them in the ring, and he showed them. And
he always looks so charming.
I know, he's so handsome, isn't he? So he was a reserve champion with one of the colts. For a local owner, so that was really exciting. His whole family was there, and yeah, so it was a lot of fun, but a lot of riding lessons, a lot of sale horses, a lot of videos going out, people visiting, and
was it all breeds or
no? That was specifically Arabians and half Arabians.
Oh,
yeah.
neat,
lovely.
And we've got another show. Actually, we're getting ready for at WEC that was in Tampa that has moved to the Ocala facility.
Can't blame him, can you?
Why not? Happening at WEC. Everything's happening at Ocala.
I can't wait. I haven't gone to see it yet.
Oh, it's beautiful. And the lights at night.
Make sure you get over there before you go back.
Well, I think we're going to do it in January. I want to go and compete in the jumpers.
You've got to swing by there at night and see the Christmas lights.
Yeah, it's so awesome. There's no place like it in the world, I don't think.
So Chestnuthill Arabians is a pretty awesome place for you to visit too.
Yes, you should come visit. We would love to have you.
We'll have a little play date.
Yes, that would be great. We would love to have you.
That would be, it would be a blast.
Rita is actually a huge fan of Arabians. She has one at home. So.
Okay, well, Rita needs to come on.
We
need to go before we head back.
Several places to visit before you go back
we would
now.
love to have you. For sure.
So my funny story from the weekend, I'm going to bypass some of the story, and I'm going to go straight to the fact that
the funny part.
let's go to the part that for 65 years the Ocala Christmas Parade has ended with Santa and Mrs. Claus, followed by a lighted escort from the OPD with all the police cars behind as his escort because he's royalty.
Sure.
So Alan, who is Rudy Helmuth's nephew, very kindly was bringing the Clydesdales and the hitch, and there were some hitches with all of that. And so that was my view from the hitch in the parade, which was the lighted escort that was provided for Santa, not for me and the Clydesdales.
Wow.
So what happened was being late, that's Big Horse Ranch, that's Rudy's ranch, being late and having an issue with their axle, having to bring the hitch on a flatbed trailer delayed us hooking up to these wonderful animals.
Okay.
But we did eventually get hitched up, and we were notified that Santa was coming, but they were slowing Santa down. But what we didn't realize was Santa had actually already passed. And by the time we followed in behind him and realized it was him, we then realized that we were getting a lighted escort. So I said, smile and wave and act like it was planned. And so that's me waving right there. Oh, wow. And that was my view. That should have been Santa's view.
Well, that's all right.
So but if
you're royalty too, Louisa. Come on, Ocala royalty.
You know, I think that they thought it was appropriate in the horse capital of the world.
For sure.
That we had horses
who else
out.
in Ocala should wrap up to the Christmas parade?
Well, you know, I have to say, and people were screaming and waving, and they loved it. And if you go back and watch the YouTube video at the end, the television, because it was live televised, and on the television the guy says, "See, that's how close we were to Santa."
Oh my goodness!
I totally Clydesdales are the real show. That's right.
So there's Santa waving, and everyone's waving at the horses. No, bless him, he did a great job. But on the YouTube video, when you go back and watch it of the televised part, the guy says, you know, and as we always do at the end of the Christmas parade, the last float is Santa and Mrs. Claus, and here they are. And then he goes, hold on a minute. There's another float. There's a couple of Clydesdales behind.
That's funny.
Apparently the feedback was all good.
Oh, that's too
Apparently
good.
everybody was
Next year it needs to be your mini.
Yeah.
You're
right.
Follow it up.
And we could put Santa in the hitch.
That would be cool.
With the so
especially in Ocala.
Now it needs to be your little running joke every year.
I think that's good.
I know.
Santa, I'm sure, will be flexible.
I can tell you.
Goes through the
I can tell you right now, the crowd loved it.
That's great.
I mean, they loved it. They were screaming and waving, and they would go, horses, and you know, who doesn't love Clydesdales? So that was my funny story. But then, as always, customary for our special guests, and here, the see-through bag from Piranha. We get to give you a goodie bag. We give you a lip chip koozie. And a Piranha koozie. And some lip chap.
I'll have to hide that from my daughter.
That I can never say.
She'll steal it all from me.
And some products from Piranha.
Oh, nice.
So that, yes, they're amazing. They do the best barn systems.
Cool.
And yes.
All kinds of
spray and wave.
A lot more than just fly spray.
And Ode Away, which was really good for helmets and boots and things like that. And a Horse Farms Forever cap.
Nice.
Because we love Horse Farms Forever.
Cool.
So a goodie bag is all for you. Nirvana, don't forget, if you're shopping for Christmas right now for an equestrian who you know does not take care of themselves nearly as well as they take care of their horse, Nirvana Medical Spa would be your best bet right now because there's a ton of specials. So treat somebody that you love to a nice relaxing time and perhaps a facial or something fun. Don't forget that the last show of the year, December 28th, is call in and talk to Alan Davies because he's going to be here in the studio and you can have some fun and give us a call, share a funny horse story, something you learned this year, something you won, something you achieved, or something just to make us laugh. It can be a horse joke. We're fine with it. We're at the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for being here. What a great show. What great fun. Whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world or not, happy horsing around. Till the same time next week.